Hi, please click on subscribe button and hit the bell button to get all the updates about learning and teaching. In this video, we will understand what is JMS and how JMS is being implemented using Spring Boot. Let's create Spring Boot starter project with activemq. We all know how to create a Spring Boot sample project, right? So first we will go to File, New, and there is a selection called Spring Starter Project. If we click on next, there are a lot of parameters to be given like group ID, artifact ID, version, description, package name, and the type of your build, maybe a Maven or Gradle, Java versions, packaging, either a jar or a var file, right? So after all this, if you click on next, you can see that there is a window which asks for the project dependencies. Here you'll have to select something called JMS activemq. Since it's I have just used that recently, it's been showing here in frequently used section, right? So we have to select JMS and usually web for any project. And once this is done, we click on next and finish. So after this, you'll get a Spring Boot starter project, right? So I just have that created already. So i- the first thing that you have to check here is the pom.xml. We all know about pom.xml, which is just like a recipe for our Spring Boot project. So let's click on pom.xml and check what are the dependencies that we have got. Please notice that there is a dependency that has got added, which is Spring Boot Starter activemq, right? This is what we are focusing on in this video. Let's start. There are basically two class files here. One is JMS demo application.java. The second one is receive message.java. This concept, what we are trying to understand here is a messaging system. So basically it needs a sender and a receiver. The class file JMS demo application.java acts as a sender. Receive message.java, this class file acts as a receiver. So let's understand what is JMS. JMS is an acronym for Java Messaging Service. The javax.jms.ConnectionFactory interface provides a standard method of creating a JMS connection for interacting with a JMS broker. You can see an annotation called at enable JMS here just next to at Spring Boot application, right? I'm not going into the details of explaining what this annotation contains at Spring Boot application. We will focus on at enable JMS. So at the rate enable JMS annotation enables detection of JMS listener annotations on any Spring managed bean in the container. Okay, so here we have used a simple JMS listener container factory. Basically, this is about the bean. The reference to the JMS Listener Container Factory is used to create the underlying message listener container. Okay, so in the main method, right, we have these following lines, right? So now to send the JMS messages, we will need the reference of bean class. Okay, so JMS template from Spring container. Okay, so here we are launching the application. Okay, here we are getting JMS template bean reference in the second line, and then we are just sending the data. Okay, through this bean reference, basically we are sending the message. Okay, so please note this test. This is just a system.out.println. We are sending this string, right? Let's go to the next class, which is receiveMessage.java. Okay, so if we explore this is a very simple class with only one annotation. Okay, this is called at JMS Listener, right? So the JMS Listener annotation defines the name of the destination, okay, that this method should listen to. That is, it should listen to something called test, which is its destination. Okay, this is all about sending and receiving. So let's run this program and understand what happens. I'm going to JMS demo application, and I'm just running it as a simple Java application. So let's see what happens in the console. So here, if you can notice, I'm using a port called 8089, and I have got two things here, which is JMS transmission received hello world. So this JMS transmission happened from the sender, and we have passed a string called hello world, and that is being received by the receive message class, right? So basically the string is being passed from sender to receiver, that is being displayed. So implementation of JMS is very simple in Spring Boot. Thank you for watching.